Hello friends, in this video we'll learn how VBScript interacts with the system. So what kind of objects VBScript use when it's working with the file system objects that we have in our Windows operating system. So to do that, we have to define an object called file system object, or we just write object FSO, and you have to create an object. Let's say create object scripting dot file system object. Okay, so this is the declaration, right, you have to do to create an object of file system object. So to get the number of drives in the file, so how to get the total number of drives in this file? So you just write object of drive and use object FSO dot drive, right? And so here you will get all the drives in the system. So we'll see how many drives we have. So we'll just write object drive dot count, and we'll have this as a message box to display it to the user. So just delete this test folder. So we have 4 drives in the system. So if you want to know how many what are drives we have, so we'll write for each loop, or for each drive in object drive, and we'll write next message box drive. So we'll see what it will show. So it will show there are 4 drives. There's a message box object drive dot count, then it shows there is a drive C, there is a drive D, and then there is a drive E, and then there is a F. So there are total 5 drives present in the machine, right? So if we want to see the total free space that is available, so we can write drive dot free space, right? So we'll see it says again 4 drives, and these are the bytes. Data is in byte, so it's giving error because this disk is not ready, it's saying. So to check whether disk is ready or not, so there is a function called is ready. So in this we can write if drive dot is ready, then only work, then only show the free space, else just say message box drive, okay, is not ready. So user will know that this drive is not ready, that's why we are not showing the value. So we just close the if condition, right? So it will show again. Let's execute this. So it's a 4 drive and it's showing the values, and it's a E drive is not ready, okay, and we are saying this the another drive is called 0, so the another free space is 0. So what we will do here, also we'll append the drive name so that user can understand drive and is let's say a space and the colon, so that we'll understand what's going on. And now execute, so we'll understand. So it says C drive space is this bytes, D drive space this bytes, E drive is not ready, and F drive space is 0. Okay, now let's convert this into, because this is showing in the byte, so to convert this into the GBs we have to do 1024. Now it's in KBs, 1024, now it's in MBs, and now it's in GBs. So we'll execute this, and better we have a parenthesis on this, okay. So now it's showing the 4 drives. One is having 24 GB, another is 38 GB. The drive is not ready and it's saying 0. So we'll append the GB as well, so that it will be defined in a good way. And we were seeing that, you know, it is showing some point and some values, so we can convert this desert into the integer. So in VBScript you have to use the value C int to convert into the integer, right? Any float value or a double value. So just execute it. Now it says there are 4 drives. First message box executed. It's now saying C drive having space 24 GB, D drive having 38 GB free space basically, E drive is not ready, and F drive having space 0 GB. So that's how we can convert the space into GBs and get to know like which drive has which space, how many drives the system has. So this is the one utility. Now again go to the file system object. So here we have just are going to see that like how it works with the file system, right? So we have defined the object earlier, right? This is a file system object. So how to get the files actually, because we have seen the drives, but if you want to see the number of files, so we have a folder, right? So we have a folder called this VBScript, right? So we'll create one more folder out here. Let's call this folder as ABC. Okay, and we create some text files out here. So we'll create some text file. Let's give this text file name as 1. Just copy and make multiple copies of this files, right? And copy this folder name as well. So what we'll do, we will have this object of file system object fso dot get folder. There's a function called get folder, so you have to remember the name of the functions. So this is the folder that we have, right? And we can take this value in an object of files, right? Or another object. You can give the object name anything, you can give it ABC, but it's better to give a meaningful name so that you will remember that what you're trying to give. So this is let's say we are getting a folder, right? So we'll give the object of folder. So we'll know that this object is having the value of the folder. And now we can have the all files under it, right? So we'll write the object of folder dot files. So it has all the files. So we'll store in another object called set of object files, right? So now this object is holding the total number of files in this folder. This object is holding the folder, right? So we'll write message box and object files dot count. So it will give us the total number of count, that the files, how many files this ABC has. So it has 1 2 3 4 5 6 files, right? So just execute. So it says 6 files. So if you want to know that what all files are there, so again we have to write the for each loop for each file in object files, right? And we just write the message box and the file. So it will give us the file name also. So it says 6 files. One file is this, the entire structure, another. So it will give you all 6 file names, right? So if we are interested only the name, we are not interested into the path, so we just write the file dot name, right? So it will give you the name only. These are the names of the files, right? We just created. If we are interested in the size, right, so we can write the size and execute. So it will say 600 because we have not written anything. So if you want to make a change and you just write something and save, so it will show you the this file has some values. So you can do one thing, file dot name, and then you just give the informative message is sizes, and let's execute this. 6 files. First file has size 0. The file we have just modified has the 31. This is in the kilobytes, or in this bytes, I think. Let's see. It's showing in the bytes. So kilobyte is 1. If we divide this by 1024, it will again convert into the kilobytes. So that's how it works. So it's showing the size is 0 for rest of them. Okay. Another thing is you can have this file name and you just write type is, and you can write here file type. Give the space for better readability and execute. So it shows this file is text document, this is text document, this is text document. Let's say if we copy this VBScript in this folder, okay, and now we execute this, it says there are now 7 files and you see this is VBScript script file, right? So based on like whatever the file, whatever the type of this file, it will be shown by file.type. So this is the function that you can use. Okay, now suppose you have to know this file is containing in a folder. So what is the folder name? Parent folder you want to know, so you just write parent folder, so it will give you the value of the parent folder of all 6 files. So this is C drive user and this ABC is the parent folder, right? Okay, and suppose we are showing the current, the full path. If you have to show the short name, so you just do file dot short name, and you will see this. Now you will see that the copy text is not visible. So that's how it is. Okay, so you understood the difference. When you say the name, right, it shows the complete name: copy 2, copy 3, copy 4, copy 5, copy this, right? But you say when the short name, so here you might not be able to understand because it's a very small name to see, but let's say short path, here you will understand short path, right? So you will see that this is how it is. So it's showing in a, there's a tilde sign out here. So if there is a big name, it will be converted into the short name, right? That's it. It's not that important. Okay, then we can see that the file last modified or last accessed. So we can have the date last modified. Okay, we can have the file name as well, file dot name, and we can write is last modified on, right, to make it more meaningful. So this last modified on this, right? So 3 we have modified 3, right? So this is last modified on this date. Okay, and this similarly we can use have a date last accessed. So this is the output, right? Okay, on the same lines we can have subfolders. Suppose we have given the folder out here, right? So dot get folder, object folder dot files, right? Here we can have, if I don't delete anything and based on the files, I just write the subfolders. Okay, and I just remove this ABC. So in VBScript, let's save this. In VBScript we have only one folder called ABC, right? So let's see how it works. I execute the same file, so I'm not changing the values, though it's containing now folders, but we have written object files, but let it be the same for now. So it says only one folder and the folder name is ABC and it's last modified at this time, right? So if we go one folder above, we'll see how many folders it has. Let's say this folder has three folders named setup, V and VBScript. Okay, so let's execute. So it said there are 3 folders: setups, V and this VBScript, and it's showing the last modified time as well, right? So this is all about the file system. We'll discuss in the next video about the different operations in the file, like reading, writing and deleting, and multiple operations with the text file or different kind of files that we have in the system. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.